Hey everybody, I'm Sam.
And I'm Bryce.
And today we're comparing the 2021 Subaru Forester to the 2023 Mazda CX-50. This is all we have available. There's no 2022 Subaru Foresters out yet. So I'm going to show you the differences between the two. We're going to talk about which one is better in some categories, which one's better in others. And we'll just give you a general feel for the differences between these two vehicles. So we'll start with the 2021 Subaru Forester. This one is a sport trim level, which puts it right in the middle of Subaru's trim lineup. So with that, you're going to get some cool exterior badging on this one that differentiate it from all the other Subaru Foresters. You're also going to notice some orange accents around the vehicle. That's specific to this trim level also. But all Subaru Foresters do come with LED headlights up front. On the top trim levels, you do get steering responsive headlights. So as you turn corners, they're going to turn with you to illuminate the road in front of you. This one particularly also comes with LED fog lights. You're going to get that on the sport trim level and up. And other than that, one big thing to notice up front is Subaru's EyeSight safety system. So there's two cameras up at top of the windshield up there. That's going to give you things like adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, lane centering, and pre-collision braking. All of those features run through those two cameras. Subaru has done a great job with their EyeSight system, updating it over the years. They gave it a brand new update for 2022. So check that out on the Subaru Forester when you're looking.
So here we got the 2023 CX-50. Right away we can see that the CX-50 comes with its signature grille design that takes the CX-5s to the next level with the rugged design. Mazdas will have standard LED lighting. This is dual LED lighting, meaning that we have no trim that comes with fog lights. These LEDs will also act as your fog lighting system. As you move up in trim packages and trim levels, you will get adaptive headlighting, meaning that as you turn the steering wheel, they will turn whatever way or direction that the steering wheel is going to illuminate that area that you're heading as well. Next up, our Mazda has our smart city braking system, is our radar front sensing technology that's going to be able to couple with your adaptive cruise control, your lane departure warnings, your lane keep assist, as well as be able to bring your car to a complete stop and continue in those traffic situations. There's another housing unit down here and they work together as a pair.
Coming back over to the Subaru, I'm going to take you around to the side of the vehicle here. Point out a couple different things that Subaru is known for. First and foremost, their all-wheel drive system. They do have active all-wheel drive. So it's a dynamic system that adjusts based off your road conditions and driving conditions. So there's actually a computer in the car, measures your tilt angle, as well as a couple different things that can send power to each individual wheel as you need it. So that's a really cool thing about Subarus. Another thing is ground clearance. This particular one comes with 8.7 inches of ground clearance. That's standard for the Subaru Forester. Now I should mention the Subaru Forester for 2022 also comes as a Wilderness Edition, which is going to give you more ground clearance, it's going to give you all-terrain tires, a couple other off-road features that would help you when you're not on pavement. But standard is 8.7 for the Subaru. Now it's worth noting the Wilderness Edition is coming out for Subarus. However, Mazda is going to come out with a CX-50 Meridian Edition this fall. So that's something to keep an eye out. We don't know specs for that yet, but Bryce is going to tell you everything he knows about the CX-50.
Thank you, Sam. As we move to the side here of the CX-50, you can highlight that the CX-50 is going to have 20-inch rims. That's going to be 1 inch larger than any other wheel that we've had on our Mazdas or any one in our fleet. As well, our Mazdas and the CX-50 will come standard with an iActive all-wheel drive system. It is a computer and safety feature that is going to monitor the road conditions. It's going to adjust the torque to maximize grip and minimize slip as you're in those off-roading as well as your slippery road conditions. The CX-50 here will keep that Kodo design that Mazdas are very well known for, but kind of give it that more rugged feel. And then in our mirror cups, we will house our blind spot monitoring system. The CX-50 as well will come with 8.5 inches of ground clearance. We're really excited. There's going to be a Meridian Edition, which is comparable to the Wilderness Edition for Subaru. Don't know the specs just quite on that yet. However, it will be that outdoor package. So we're hoping to see some more clearance as well as outdoor accessories and trims to come along with that.
So coming around to the back of the Subaru now, there's a couple things I want to point out. And we'll have Bryce talk about the CX-50 here in a second. But in the back of the Forester, obviously power liftgate is one of the big questions that we get. It is not available on every trim level. In fact, it's not available on this trim level. So you do have to go up in package to get that on the Sport, and everything above the Sport will have a power liftgate. Typically, you just press a button right here, and it will pop right open. But this one being manual, you just got to put a little muscle into it. It'll come right up. And plenty of room in the back here as well. I'll touch on that in a second. However, there's a lot of storage underneath the floor, which is another perk of getting a Forester. And then underneath this as well, you do have your spare tire and all your tools that you need to change that tire. Again, if this was a power liftgate, button to shut it would be up here, as well as a lock button. And then lighting is available in the back of the Subaru Forester. It's also not standard on this trim level. Bryce, what you got?
Great job, Sam. What I got for you here is going to be the CX-50. This one will have a power liftgate, which will come standard in all of our preferred trims and up. So that's going to go up nice and easy for you. There will be a lock button as well as the button right here to close it. Right away here in the back, the 50 has a lower clearance compared to the 5 to help make it easier for you to move all of your cargo and storage units into the vehicle at an easier, not so back-breaking juncture for you. As well, underneath here, we'll have our spare tire with all the tools necessary to change that in the case that happens. Over here, we will have extra storage compartment areas to put more of your accessory needs as well. The CX-50 will come illuminated up here on the liftgate as well as on the side, so you can see what you got going on in here. As well, fun fact here about cargo space, with the seats up when you have passengers in the car, the CX-50 is going to have more volume of space for your cargo. What do you have to say about that, Sam?
It's a good point, Bryce. However, when you put the seats down in the Forester, you are going to get more space than the 50. So there's a trade-off there. 50 does have more room when you're holding more passengers, something to think about. However, if you need to store something bigger, maybe the Forester might be a better option for you. All right, Bryce, let's go around to the side of the car and look at a couple more things, particularly the roof rack. So coming over the side of the Forester, one thing about the Forester is that it sits up a little bit higher, which means the cargo, or the roof rack, excuse me, is a little bit harder to get to. So for me, I gotta open the door up and step on the side of the car in order to get up to my roof rack. However, once you're up here, this is an awesome roof rack. Comes with tie down points for you. It can easily hold a rooftop tent. So something to consider on the Forester. How's the CX-50 set up, Bryce?
Well, right away here on the CX-50, it does have a little bit lower clearance compared to the Forester, making it easier for you to get to your cargo and set things up here as well. If, however, you did need a little bit of extra height to be able to get up, our doors do open up to 90 degrees. You'll be able to come up, use our platform here, and be able to use your full height and everything like that to get to what you need.
So using the keyless access to the car here, all you gotta do is have your key in your pocket, and you're able to unlock the door and lock the door as you come and go. But once you're on the inside here, one thing about the Subaru Forester is that visibility is second to none. You can see out the front very well. It's due to the higher roof here, so you have more clearance out the front, out of the side windows as well. So when you're turning to look in your blind spot, you can see everything very easily. But what we got going on for technology in the Forester is evolving. This one not being a 2022, it's a little bit different than the newest model year, but as a 2021, it's pretty similar as well. So this one being a sport, it does give you the orange trim throughout the interior. That is not standard on the Forester. It's just particular to this trim level. When you're looking at higher trim levels, you'll get leather seats, leather inserts, things like that. But this one's designed to be a little bit more sporty. The seats are a little bit more durable. It's a cloth and leather mix. And of course the orange stitching looks great on the interior. A couple other things to mention here. You do have two different screen options. This one has a 6.5 inch screen, excuse me, compared to the other available screen, which is 8 inches. All come standard with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, things of that nature. There is an upgradable Harman Kardon audio system for the Subaru Forester as well. Sounds really good. Maybe not as good as the Bose and the CX-50, but it is really, really a good option as well. And then looking around, a couple other things to point out here. We do have X mode in the Subaru Forester. That is Subaru's off-road driving platform. Can be used for a couple different things. You got two options in this particular car. You've got snow and dirt, as well as deep snow and mud. Those are two different driving modes. So whatever the conditions are that you're driving in, you just flip it to one or the other. Your screens will change and illuminate, let you know which driving mode you're in, excuse me, and you can carry on from there. I know one of them is designed to lower your front end torque to give you better grip when you're accelerating. The other one basically turns traction control off in order to let your wheels spin a little bit if you do need additional grip. Other than that, it's a very comfortable interior. Like I said, visibility is second to none. We've also got panoramic moonroof standard on all Subaru Foresters except the base model, but you're pretty much going to get it in any one you're looking at. Other than that, I think this is a pretty good option. What about you, Bryce?
Mazda really prides itself on its design language, first being that whole philosophy of less is more. As you look up at the instrument cluster and display, you're going to see that there's not a whole lot of buttons everywhere, things like that to distract your eyes. All of our operation is going to be utilized with this circular knob and dial right here. As I rotate and press down, you're going to be able to do everything you need to do on in this vehicle as far as operation. All of our 650s will come standard with our app-based remote start, as well as our wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. As we come through and look through at the vehicle here, Mazda is very intentional with its design. Like I said before, the stitching as well as the leather is designed to emulate hiking boots, shoelaces, as well as the backpack fabric, so that way you feel more comfortable and you feel like you're more in that outdoor environment. Next up, all of our 650s will come with a panoramic sunroof when we go to the Preferred Plus trim and above. As well, our 650s are designed to minimize the blind spots so that you're able to see your surroundings in your outdoor as well as in the city. With the Forester having a little bit higher of clearance, the windshield will not be as high, so you might get a little bit better visibility as far as the Forester goes in front. However, the rest of the vehicle is designed to be able to still see all the things around you. So Mazdas will come with the My Drive here. You'll be able to toggle through 4 different driving modes. That's normal, sport, off-roading, as well as towing mode. So as you look through that, the colors on the display will change so you know what mode you're in as well. Very comparable to the Forester there. As well, you have your traction control system is going to be over here on the left. You can turn that off and on as you're in your slippery conditions to allow the wheels to be able to spin and get more grip, so you can be able to move forward either in that mud or deep snow.
Looking back on both of these cars here, I definitely like the Subaru Forester. I'd like to see the 2022 Subaru Forester as well. Price range for these cars go from just over $25,000 starting MSRP all the way up to $35,000, almost $36,000. And you can get a variety of packages in there as well. This one again is the sport trim level. It doesn't have any of the technology packages or anything like that. However, it's still kind of a good feel for what the middle of the pack Subaru Forester might look like. Overall, again, really big fan of the Forester, but I also really like that CX-50. So what do you got to say, Bryce?
Thank you, Sam. So with our CX-50s here, we have about 8 different trim packages. They're going to range from about $28,000 starting MSRP all the way to up to $43,000. All of our trims, however, will come with apples to apples features, meaning that whatever trim you get to, the features on another trim or the exact same trim will be exactly the same. We don't have extra packages to put on them unless you're putting on accessory packages. However, the CX-50 is going to come very well equipped, like Sam was saying, with all that extra technology, both for the driver as well as your passengers, and help you kind of get where you need to go. Thank you for watching. Once again, this was the 2023 Mazda CX-50. If you want to pick up yours today, reserve one for you. Stop into your local Walser Mazda. We're here in Burnsville. Thanks again for watching. My name is Bryce.
My name's Sam, and we'll see you soon.